Dannet, Kapil, it's great to be with you here today. Thank you. Maybe you could just take a few minutes and explain to us exactly what is the investment strategy at Incofin, and then how do you both relate to that strategy?
Sure. So let me start by telling you a little bit about Incofin. Incofin Investment Management is an emerging markets focused impact investor. So we only invest in emerging markets and we only make impact investments. We look at three sectors: there's financial inclusion, agri-food, and drinking water. And we do private equity, private debt, and in many of the markets where we work, just money is not enough. So we also provide technical assistance. We have a strong history of 30 years. I'm a director here at Incofin, where I do both private equity on the transaction side, but I also work on taking our funds from zero to one, which means conceptualizing and building new initiatives, and then finding the right set of partners who can come in and support us launch those initiatives, both through investments, but also through other services.
Yeah.
Super.
I've been with Incofin for 10 years, and I started out as an investment manager in the fields in East Asia, sourcing the deals, trying to find the companies that fit with our impact mandates, conducting the credit and the ESG and impact assessments of these companies. 4 years ago, I moved to the risk, ESG, and impact team, where I am the manager, and I'm responsible for making sure that our impact and ESG strategies make sense, that it's maintained, that it's then operationalized in our tools, in our methodologies, and that all of this information is then diffused and transmitted across the first line and business lines from all functions, because at Incofin, everybody wears the impact hat. It's not just one department, one function. So that's what my role is.
Fantastic. So, Kapil, could you take a minute and help us understand what is it that allows Incofin to stand out amongst the crowd? Because you do operate in a space that is getting quite populated.
The three things that I think differentiate us from many of the other impact investors in the market. So first is geographic diversification, but sector specialization. So we invest in 50 plus countries around the world. But that said, our focus areas remain quite specific: essential services. There's financial inclusion, agri-food, drinking water. Second is we have a very strong global coverage, but local anchorage. That means that we're headquartered in Belgium, and many of our teams here are responsible for providing an institutional oversight on matters that include things like risk, like legal, like getting investors on board. But then we have local investment teams with offices in Bogota, Nairobi, Chennai, and Delhi, which gives us an unparalleled access to many of the deals that are happening in local markets. So that's the second thing. And third is we straddle effortlessly across a range of instruments. And I think this is a point we'll discuss eventually in the conversation. But we use blended finance solutions. We run strategies that are catalytic by design or impact first by design. And then we also have commercial strategies by design.
Super.
Yes. So I think the first thing need to know is that any team member who joins Incofin, the first thing they receive is an impact orientation. It's a standard, it's a requirement. You come into Incofin and you leave Incofin with an understanding of what impact is and what we're trying to achieve. It's built into our culture. So regardless of what function, regardless of your seniority or what position you are, everybody receives an impact onboarding. And so that's understanding. Every team member needs to then take that impact onboarding, understanding what it is we're all trying to achieve together, and operationalize that in the specific function and specialization that they are in, whether it's finance, treasury, investor solution, to the investment team, to the second line team. Everyone has a specific role and responsibility linked to that.
So, can we pivot the conversation a little bit into the work we did together? And I think that's an important set of issues. So let me just start with the easy ones. How did you come to work with us at the Impact Evaluation Lab, and what do you think was the highlight?
Yeah, so it's great, Rob, working with you. A lot of things happen over coffee, and it was great to see you at the Sorensen Impact Summit where we met for the first time.
Hmm.
And one thing led to the other, and we came to know the fantastic work that you're doing, and we thought it was a win-win. It was great for us to go through that program, both to understand how we stand or how we compare to an objective benchmark that you're setting with a third-party evaluator almost of sorts, but also to be able to contribute to the sector, to see if we can help you obtain some of the data points that we have, to ensure that the tool itself strengthens. So very happy to have worked with you.
Thank you, Kapil. The feeling is most certainly mutual. So I think I know the answer to this because you guys are so clear about your strategy. But I do want to hear from you what you would say to the folks in the world today, many of them in the United States, that capital should only be used for one thing, and that's to generate a profit or a return. What do you say to those folks?
For us, financial and impact returns are not mutually exclusive. We believe that it needs to be together. It's essential that it is together. It's the way we do business. And we are aware that we work in very risky markets. Our clients are risky. And we believe that our investors should be rewarded for the risk that they're taking. Now, we're not only worried about our investors and their financial returns, but from a system perspective, financial returns needs to be felt and received also by the portfolio companies, by their employees, by their end clients, the micro entrepreneurs, everyone that is putting effort to contribute to a social or environmental change should be compensated for the additional work and effort that they're putting into it. So for us, financial returns is a critical part to incentivize and to keep the system going and sustainable. At the end of the day, we want our impact to outlast us, outlast Incofin. And
Yeah.
without financial returns, we don't think that that would happen.
And that, of course, is the beauty of capitalism, right? If you get it right, everybody wins. Last question: if you had one thing to say about impact investing to people who are unaware of what it is, what would it be?
Make money while doing good.
Great,
And big changes can come from small efforts.
love it, love it. Thank you, guys.